Good evening, everyone, and welcome to tonight's show. So glad to see you all here. So, welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the start of an exhilarating journey. Get ready to embark on an unforgettable adventure filled with thrills, laughter, and endless surprises. Without further ado, let the show begin. These stories evoke a sense of mystery and wonder, blending elements of the supernatural with the unknown. While some tales may have roots in real cultural beliefs and or historical events, others exist purely as product of imagination and storytelling. Exploring these narratives allows us to delve into the depths of human fear and fascination with the mysteries of the world. So I'm so glad to see you all. Welcome, welcome. So, yes, please do like and share me out. It will help a lot. Hello, Debbie. Nice to see you. Happy you could join me tonight. I've got some new stories, interesting ones, some you most probably heard of. That's for sure. Tonight is they are special. Having supper. I'm late tonight. Sheridan, like, oh, thank you. Oh, that's okay. You can still listen to my little stories here. But you know what? I'm going to start so I can keep my show for an hour. So here we go. I will start with the first one, and if some pop in, well, I'll probably drop off and start over again. So let's begin tonight's stories with story number one: The Vanishing of the Beaumont Children. In 1966, three siblings, Jane, Anna, and Grant Beaumont, disappeared from Glen Beach in Australia. Despite extensive investigations and numerous leads, no trace of the children's have ever been found. The case remains one of Australia's most enduring mystery, and it uh, profoundly affected the nation, leading to increased awareness of child safety. So, did this story happen? Did they increase their child safety standards, I guess, in Australia? If our sister Vodka was here, she would know right away. And yes, it is fact. The answer is fact. Explanation for it. The disappearance of the Beaumont children is a documented event. Despite significant efforts by the law enforcement and the public, their fate remains unknown, making it one of the most perplexing and heart wrenching case in Australia's history. Wow, so imagine. Since 1966, they have disappeared and no one knows nothing. Wow. They were at a beach. I guess they were swimming and stuff like that. Okay, so I've never heard of that one. So I don't know if you have, Debbie, but me, no. Story number two is the debit box. You've read about this. Oh, okay. And this is the debit box. In 2003, a wine cabinet purchased at an estate sale was claimed to be haunted by a Dybbuk, a malicious spirit from Jewish folklore. The box's owner reported experiencing nightmares, health issues, and other strange phenomenon. The story gained widespread attention after being featured in various media, including a book and a movie. The Bud Files, hello. Thanks for joining. So, is this debit box true, um, fact, or fiction? False for the debit box. Face the ace. Hello, sir. Hello, hello, fiction. Well, I found a debit box that is true, Debbie. It says answer fact. It's a fact. Explanation. The story of the debit box is based on real claims made by individuals who owned or interacted with the box, while the supernatural elements are a matter of belief. The account of the box and its malicious effects has been widely reported, making it a modern paranormal legend. Woo! So for this one, I guess, and the debit box that has been bought in a estate sale in 2003. It's originally a wine cabinet that is now just a debit box because there's a malicious Jewish folklore spirit in it. So let's move on to the next one. Story number 3, The Lost Village. During World War II, a small village in rural France was rumored to have vanished overnight. Alleged soldiers reported seeing the village one day and finding only an empty field the next. According to the legend, the villagers made a pact with a supernatural entity to escape the horrors of the war, causing the entire village to be transported to another dimension. The field where the village once stood is now considered cursed, with no plants growing there. So this was during World War II. Is it fact or fiction? Fiction. Fiction for during the World War II, a vanishing village. The answer is right. Face the ace. You got it. The explanation for it is while wartime legends and myths are abundant, there is no historical record of any entire village vanishing overnight during World War II. The story of a village making a supernatural pact and disappearing is a fictional narrative designed to intrigue and mystify with no basis in real events. Fiction, the village was true. No, it's fiction, Debbie. Uh, During World War II, the vanishing village. No, it turned out to be false. Oh, okay. Yeah, that makes sense. The village was bombed so bad it disappeared, but not in the way they say. Yeah, you're right on that point. Didn't think about it that way. Okay, story number 4, The Time Traveler's Watch. In 1990, a man in New York City claims to have found an antique pocket watch that allows him to travel back in time. He demonstrates his ability to a few septic friends by traveling to various points in history and bringing back artifacts. However, the watch suddenly stopped working, trapping him in the past forever. A year later, a historian finds the watch in a museum with an inscription detailing the man's adventures and his warning not to use it. Fact or fiction? That was a good one, Debbie. Fiction. Yes, it is fiction. The explanation for the time travel. Okay, it says here time travel is a popular theme in science fiction, but there is no scientific evidence or documented occurrences of the device that allows someone to travel through time. The story of the time traveler's watch is purely fictional, inspired by the countless tales of time travel in literature and media. Oh, oh, this one. I like this one. This week I read through them a bit, so I know a bit what I'm talking about. The Cottonley fairies. The Cottonley fairies. Okay. In 1917, two young girls in Cottonley, England, claimed to have photographed fairies in their garden. The photographs showed the girls interacting with small winged creatures, which many people believed to be genuine evidence of the existence of fairies. The photos gained significant attention and even fooled famous figures like Sir Arthur Conan Doyle. Decades later, the girls admitted that the photos were staged using paper cutouts through throughout they maintained that they had seen real fairies. So they did see real fairies in their garden, but their photos were first photoshopped photos. It's a fact, yes. The Cottonley fairies were indeed a real hoax prepared pretended by two young girls. The photographs were later re- revealed to be fake, but the story captured the public's imagination and is a well documented example of early photographic manipulation. So the girls are the first photoshoppers. Which is in 1917. Wow. The photos are awesome. Oh, you looked it up? You see them? They're pretty photos. Yes, I saw some too. Yeah, you only there's one photo, I don't know if you see that one. It's just the little girl's face and it's like flowers and fairies around her. It's really nice. Anyways, this story, I have a video of this story on my channel. It's story number 6, The Dancing Plague of 1518. Oh, you've seen them a long time ago. Oh, so you knew about the fairies. Okay. The Dancing Plague of 1518. In July 1518, residents of Strasbourg then part of the Holy Roman Empire, were struck by a sudden and uncontrollable urge to dance. Dozens of people danced for days without rest, and some reportedly died from exhaustion or heart attacks. The cause of the dancing plague remains a mystery, with theories ranging from mass hysteria to ergot poisoning caused by a hallucinogenic mold on rye. So, the dancing plague, is this a true story or a fake story? To know the answer, I have a video on my channel about it. If you want to go into detail or whatever, I think I have a little bit more detail in the video. The answer is fact. There was a plague, a disease that you had to dance. Imagine you lose all that weight. That'd be cool. And then you stop though. Okay, the answer fact. The explanation for it is the dancing plague of 1518 is a historical event with well documented accounts, while the exact cause is still de- debated. The bizarre outbreak of compulsive dancing is considered one of the more per- peculiar episodes in medical history. Wow, imagine the dancing plague. Okay, story number 7, the Varnish manuscript. The Varnish manuscript is a mysterious, undecrypted manuscript dating back to the early 15th century. It contains illustrations of unknown plants, astronomical diagrams, and texts in an unknown script. Despite numerous attempts by cryptographers and code breakers, the manuscript's meanings and origin remains unknown, making it one of the most famous unsolved puzzle in historical scholarship. Marianne, hello and welcome. Nice to see you. So, my undebunked or read or what manuscript? Is it fact or fiction? The Varnish manuscript. Fact. Yes, it is a fact. The explanation is the Varnish manuscript is a real artifact that has baffled researchers for centuries. Its origins, language, and purpose are still not understood. Compute contributing to uh, its status as a scientific and intriguing historical enigma. Finally said that right. Ooh, fact. You got it right too. Okay, story number 8, the disappearing hotel room. Yes, it's awesome. I got these awesome people here with me tonight. I am so lucky. The disappearing hotel room. In 1965, a woman traveling in Paris checked into a luxurious hotel. She went out for a walk, and when she returned, she found that her room, along with all her belongings, had disappeared. The hotel staff denied that she had ever checked in, and no records of her stay could be found. The woman spent years trying to prove her story, but she was never able to find the hotel or her missing possessions. Fact or fiction? Disappearing hotel room. Fiction, yes, it is. Fiction. The explanation. The story of the disappearing hotel room is a well known urban legend. Oh, I didn't know. That has been told in various forms around the world. While it is a captivating tale, there is no factual basis for such an event occurring. This story is a work of fiction reflecting themes of mystery and paranoia. A sub sandwich. Oh. Oh, you guessed that one. Well, that was a good guess. Okay, let's move on to this one. Oh, this one. I've heard of this one. So let's see. The mystery of D.B. Cooper. This is a man. His name is D.B. Cooper. Yeah, sandwich. Submarine sandwiches are good subs. Subway. Okay. In 1971, a man using the alias D.B. Cooper hijacked a Boeing 727, extorted 2 million in ransom, and then parachuted out of the plane over the Pacific Northwest. Despite any extensive manhunt and FBI investigations, Cooper was never found, and the case remains the only unsolved skyjacking in U.S. history. Fact or fiction of D.B. Cooper? That's his fake name. Sorry about that. So he hijacked a Boeing 727 and asked a ransom of $2 million and then parachuted off once he got his money. Is that true or false? Fact, irremarkable. That was in the news. Yes, it was. And it is fact, yes. Explanation. The D.B. Cooper hijacking is a real and well documented case, despite numerous leads and suspects over the years. The true identity of D.B. Cooper and his ultimate fate remain unknown, making it a legendary mystery in aviation history. Yeah, because they don't even know if he survived his parachute jumping. And at one point, they weren't even sure it was a guy. It could have been a woman. They wouldn't have argued either. I remember seeing that too. At first, I didn't recognize the story. DB Cooper hijacking a real, but then, oh yeah, okay. I started remembering the story. That's a story I think everyone knows, but don't talk about it anymore. I guess. Yeah. Okay, so story number 10: the ghosts in the library. In 1987, a librarian at a small town library in Ohio began to notice books moving on their own and unexplained cold spots. She and other staff members reported seeing a ghostly figure of an old man wandering the alleys. One night, the librarian stayed late to investigate and was confronted by the apparition, who handed her a long lost book and vanished. The book contained a hidden will that revealed the library's ownership was to be transferred to the city upon the death of its original benefactor. Hmm. So the ghost wants the librarian to read his will. Yeah, they thought they did find the parachute and, and the shape it was in and how it was. They think he wouldn't have survived. When I was a kid, I was living in Puerto Rico. I remember I saw a spirit in the library in 1988. Creeped me out. Wow, face the ace. Ooh. Ghosts love books, I guess. That is creepy. So, for my ghost in my library, because there is a local library here near me that is active with spirits. Yes, I've heard of, I don't know where it is, but there's a library that has, can't remember where it was, and I think it was filmed by some YouTuber or so. Creeped me out, I ran. Yeah, that's okay. Okay, so for this story, the answer is fiction. And the explanation for it is while ghost stories are a popular genre, there is no documented evidence of a ghost handing over a hidden will in a library. This story is a fictional creation designed to blend the supernatural with an intriguing twist, playing on common ghostly themes. Okay, so we are now at story number 11. This one's kind of hard in a way to follow. I had to read it twice because I'm like, what? Okay. Okay. Story number 11, The Disappearing Car. In 1974, a man driving through the Nevada desert picked up a hitchhiker who claimed to be heading to a nearby town. As they drove, the man noticed the hitchhiker acting strangely, and just as they approached the town, the hitchhiker and the car itself vanished, leaving the driver standing alone on the side of the road. It's like, what? Local police found no record of the car or the hitchhiker, and the man was left with an unexplainable experience. What? They were looking up. Yeah, the ghosts go and read and try to scare us better. I need to tell Nubs. Okay, I need to tell Nubs what. So, my traveling dude that picks up a hitchhiker, and then the hitchhiker and his car disappear, and he's stuck on the side of the road. Is that true or false? Nubs is a YouTuber. Nubs is a YouTuber. Yeah, I know Nubs for sure, but we should tell him what. I can tell him right away. He's a good brother of mine. I got him on my Facebook. So, for the traveling guy, the answer is fiction for sure. The explanation is the idea of a car and its passengers vanishing into thin air is a staple of urban legends and fictional tales. While eerie and captivating, there is no real life case matching this description. It's a fictional story crafted to elect a sense of the paranormal, to investigate the library. Yeah, he'd be good at that. Yeah, he's too far away. Yeah, he's in Virginia and he has no car. Story 12, The House of Shadows. Hmm. In 1968, a family moved into an old Victorian house in New England and began experiencing strange occurrences. They reported seeing dark shadows moving independently, hearing whispers, and feeling sudden drops in temperature. After researching the house's history, they discovered it had been built on the site of a colonial era execution ground. Despite numerous attempts to cleanse the house, the haunting continued and the family eventually moved out. So, what do you guys think about this one? It's built on top of a cano- canolia, colonial. I can't pronounce. I pronounced it good the first time. It's fiction. Yes, it is fiction. Isn't that a movie? Yeah, isn't that Poltergeist or something? Colonial era execution ground. I'm just gonna look up what that is exactly. Is if they could just say cemetery, it'd be good. Or let me see. Do you have images? No. Okay, it's where they put the yeah where they would hang people in public. So that's what it is. Okay, so it's a place where they hung people. Fiction, fiction. Everybody says fiction, and it is fiction. You guys are right. The answer is fiction. Explanation: haunted houses are a popular subject in horror horror fiction, but this particular story lacks uh, viable historical basis. Oh, the House of Shadows. Oh, that could be because it's the House of Shadows. The title of my story is The House of Shadows, and it took place in 1968 in New England, which is not too far from here even though I'm in Quebec, Canada. I'm at the bottom, so I'm close. Anyways, it says here fiction. Fiction explanation. Haunted houses are a popular subject in horror fiction, but this particular story lacks a viable historical basis. While many old houses have ghost stories associated with them, this narrative is a fictional creation designed to evoke the spooky ambiance of a haunted house. Woohoo. There was a movie called that. You see. um, yeah, so if it's in New England, that could be like Connecticut, some places like that. Somewhere, maybe New Hampshire, probably. We. Okay, this one. I was supposed to make a video of this one, but I still haven't gotten around to it. So at least you'll have this little brief story. Okay, story 13, The Great Emu War. In 1932, Australia faced an unexplained foe, emus. The large flightless birds were dominating crops in Western Australia, leading the government to deploy soldiers armed with machine guns to cull the population. Despite their efforts, the emus proved surprisingly uh, re- resistant, and the operation was deemed a failure. The event became known as the Great Emu War, highlighting the sometimes absurd challenges of wildlife management. So, is that true or false? The emus. That's a big, big bird. Big bird. And this emu bird lives in Australia, and it can't fly because it's too big. And yeah, I was supposed to do a video full story of this. I still haven't gotten around to it. It's false. The answer, fact, Debbie, fact, Marianne. The answer is fact. It is true. The explanation. The Great Emu War is a real event in Australian history. The military's attempt to reduce the emu population using machine guns is well documented, and the failure of the companions has become a humorous and infamous episode in history. Yep, I even asked Vodka Vamp about these emu birds. And she said, "Oh yes, 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 yes." She remembers, and I think they still exist. These birds. I'm not sure. Story number 14. Oh, this one. Creepy. The spontaneous combustion of Mary Reeser. In 1951, Mary Reeser of St. Petersburg, Florida, was found dead in her home with her body almost completely in, incinerated. Her chair and surroundings area were only min, minimally damaged, minimally damaged, leading investigators to speculate about spontaneous human combustion. The cause remains one of the most famous examples of this rare and controversial phenomenon, with no definitive explanation for how her body burned so intensely without irritating nearby objects. Thanksgiving dinner for everyone. That big bird? Yeah, probably. But this is scary. Spontaneous human combustion. I've heard about this. I was what, 8 or 9 years old. Been scared of it ever since. I saw it on TV on something about, I don't know what it was. It was, huh? You can just pop and fire like that? Oh my god. The answer is fact. Yes, it is fact. It's fact. Explanation for it. The death of Mary Reeser is a real incident, often cited in discussions of spontaneous human combustion. Despite numerous theories, the um, purpose cause of her extreme combustion remains unexplained, contributing to the mystery and debate surrounding such cases. Yeah, so you can just like, you know, oops, I'm on fire. And they don't know how it happens. They still don't know about it. And this one happened in 1951. And if you look up a human combustion thing there, you'll see pictures of a woman's leg and stuff, and that's this Mary Reeser. It's probably the only photos of ever happening. I don't know how many people this happened to in the whole world ever since, but there have been a few of those. Yeah, okay. I heard about human combustion. Yeah, that's creepy. It's because they dragged their feet on the carpet and tick, you get a shock. I don't know if it's that. Anyways, let's move on. Story number 15, the Greenberg Ghosts. Okay. In 1897, the death of Eva Zona uh, Hester in Greenberg County, West Virginia, was initially ruled an accident. However, her mother claimed that Zona's ghost appeared to her and revealed that she had been murdered by her husband, Edward Shue. The mother's testimony led to the exhumation of Zona's body, which showed signs of foul play. Edward Shue was subsequently convicted of her murder. The case remains one of the few where a ghost's testimony was reportedly used in a court of law. All those greasy chips. So don't eat greasy chips, and drag your feet on the carpet because you'll spontaneously human combust, and it won't be you farting this time. Oh, I just had to add that part. Oh boy. Oh my, I said it. And it's a fact. Yes, it is a fact. The Greensburg ghost, the girl, she was murdered by her husband, and she wouldn't see her mom and told her mom about it in a ghost figure. So the answer is fact. um, Hi, J&E Adventures. Nice to see you. So I'm going to give you guys the fact. The answer is fact, and the explanation for it is the story of the Greenberg ghost is a real case that resulted in a murder conviction, while the supernatural aspect are based on the mother's claims. The legal proceedings and the conviction of Edward Shue are historical facts, making this a unique and fascinating case in legal history. Wow. Yeah, so we are now on story number 16. And this one is all fooey. I'm sure you guys all know the answer to this one. This one's very, very popular. Story 16: The Disappearance of Amelia Earhart. In 1937, pioneering aviator Amelia Earhart and her navigator Fred Nonan disappeared over the Pacific Ocean while attempting to circulate the globe. Despite extensive searches efforts, neither Earhart or Nonan nor their plane were ever found. Numerous theories exist regarding their fate, including crashing into the ocean, being standard on stranded on an uninhabited island, or even being captured by the Japanese. Now, why would the Japanese capture these two people? For what reason? In 1937. I don't know. So is it fact or fiction? Bat Rican, hello, brother. How are you? Nice to see you. And I'm sure everyone has heard of Amelia Earhart. Fact, wartime, Sandra. Oh, and they would have stole these two poor little people. Oh, okay. And the answer is fact. Woohoo, oh my god, 4K right now. Wow. What you doing? How can I get there? I have 40 to go to get my 2K and I can't even get it. Congratulations anyways. So you're gonna have to start doing giveaways with all these uh, new achievements. Oh, so happy for you. That's because you're a wonderful friend to have, and wonderful. It's fun to be with you. That's why you have all these friends with you. Okay, so for Amelia Earhart, the answer is fact. The explanation for it: Amelia Earhart's disappearance is a well documented historical event, despite numerous expeditions and investigations. The mystery of what happened to Earhart and Nona remains unsolved, making it one of the greatest aviation mysteries of all time. Woo woo. Yeah, right. I understand you, Jay. And he took me 2.5 for where I am now. So I figured 1K a year. I'm on a good basis. Okay, so I am at my last story now. Oh, Marianne. Oh, I think we're forgotten by YouTube or something, and they only show Face the Ace videos, so everybody subscribes to him. Oh, and know what I saw on TV this morning, guys? I saw Mr. Beast. They were talking about his subscriber account. He has more subscribers than YouTube does. Now go figure that one out. I tried to figure it out all day. He has more subscribers than YouTube. That's what they said on TV. Yeah, Mr. Beast. Oh my God, that's what I said. I spit out my coffee. I went, what? Yeah, I saw that on the morning news show that we have here. We were talking about them. You'll figure it out real quick. Yeah, that's it. It's awesome to have all the subs and everything. It's fun, but you need the watch hours. Yeah, and people to watch and people to assist your lives and premieres. You need people. Yep. So, okay, my last story for tonight is story number 17, The Zodiac Killer. The Zodiac Killer terrorized Northern California in the late 60s and early 70s, committing at least 5 confirmed murders and taunting the police and public with cryptic letters. Despite extensive investigations and numerous suspects, the Zodiac Killer was never caught, and the case remains one of the most famous unsolved serial killer cases in history. Yes, and have to be constant. Yes, on that one. That one's hard to do. So, is the answer fact or fiction about my Zodiac Killer? Consistent. So if you decide to do something on Monday nights, will you continue it for the rest of your life on Monday nights? Sorry, that's how it works. Yeah, it's hard. Fact. Yes, Marianne, it is a fact that yes, there is a Zodiac killer. The explanation for it: the Zodiac Killer is a real and well documented case. The killer's identity remains unknown, and the cryptic messages and taunts have kept the case alive in public and law enforcement uh, interest, making it a significant and enduring mystery. Tom, ta tom, tom, tom. Yeah, J and E, we go way, 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 way back. Yep. When I first started my channel, first started doing live streams, I was interviewing other channels that I met, that I know, that I watched, and it was a pretty popular show back then. But I had to uh, million and billion. Oh well, I guess the guy was pulling my leg this morning. Then Marianne. Okay. Anyways, what was I saying? Yeah, it was a really popular show, but to stay consistent with the same show and inviting people, it gets saturated at one point. So I had to pimp up my live streams. And we had fun that night. I had them on my show. So if you want to go back into a playlist of mine. It's called, I think it what let's talk exploring. Yeah, it was called Let's Talk Exploring, and then it went to Let's Talk Paranormal. I had a guest on, and that was funny. And if I'm not mistaken, J&E, it was your first time doing a live stream when you were interviewed by me. Not sure. Marianne. Yeah, well, that's what the guy said on TV, so it's not true. I'm gonna write to them and say, well, "What are your saying? Go get your facts straight." Yep, sure was. So I broke the ice for them on live streams. I'll always remember that. Yeah. So, oh, I have to read a little PS reminder, whatever you want to take it. These factional stories highlight some of the most enigmatic and puzzling events in history, each shrouded in mystery and prompting ongoing curiosity and investigations. So, I will make a tomorrow. You'll make what tomorrow? So me tomorrow, I'm working on some stories for you guys again, and I'm also working on going out. The weather is perfect now. We can now go out at night, and that's what I'll be doing. And I'll be coming back with you guys. The first video that I'll be filming will be I'm going back to the Devil's Road, and I will be doing the 11-mile challenge on the Devil's Road. See how that works out. Yeah. And I know you guys loved the 11-mile challenge I did last year. So now I'm changing road, and I'll be doing it on the Devil's Road. Oh, that's so cool. You do live streams now about once a month. That is so cool. Yes, to summer. Yeah. And the vacations are starting, so I have to turn around my planning. I was planning on going to a mountain called the Black Mountain. Why? Because 81 years ago there was a war plane, whatever, crashed on that island, on that mountain. Sorry, island. What am I saying? And there were 24 passengers, four crew members, and 20 uh, soldiers that had their permission to be off for the weekend or the week or whatever it was. And they never made it because they crashed on that mountain, and they never took off, like, took down the pieces of the plane. The wreckage is still there, and they buried the people that passed there too, right beside the plane and stuff. So I wanted to go there, but you see, the airplane crashed at halfway of the mountain. My legs aren't strong enough to go yet. So I'm going to have to postpone that until my arthritis realizes that, okay, it's summer and we're not in between seasons. So I should be able to make it. I don't know when, but that was one of my plans. So I had to turn that around. So, but I'm going to find something just as good. We alternate with our exploration videos. Oh, okay. Well, that's a good idea. Have a good night, everyone. Much love. Good night, Debbie. Okay, so here I go for my closing scene. As the curtains close on this chapter of our journey together, I did you farewell with gratitude in my heart. Thank you for being part of this unforgettable experience, and may the memories we've shared linger in our hearts until we meet again. May your adventures be as magical as the moments we've cherished together. Good night, and m- may your dreams continue to shine bright. Like I always say, if you like this live stream, please give it a thumbs up. If you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing for more live streams like this. And I'll see you around the room somewhere. Love you all very much. Have an amazing week. And again, thanks for coming by. Love you. Mwah. And for sure, I'll see you somewhere on someone's live stream somehow, somewhat. Take care.